Okay, nice. So, children, our mentor, sir, is with us. So, I would request now Tariq Ahmed, sir, to introduce himself to you. All over to you, Tariq, sir. I think he's unable to unmute himself. Rajan, sir, can we?
Sir, you can unmute yourself now.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Rajan. Hello, ma'am. Hi, everyone. Myself, Tariq Ahmed, and I think all of you are new to me right now. I normally start taking classes from class 8, but I'm not able to recognize anyone who is there with me in class 8. So I have been in this profession for last 20 years. This is my 21st year in this profession, and I start teaching to the students since from class 8, and it goes up to graduation level. Right now, I'm here with Olympiad success and taking classes of class 9, 10th, 10th, and hopefully we are going to start class 11th also this session. So I'm your mentor for this session of class 9th, and what we do normally in our class, we always start from the basics, because now your session is about to start. So I know most of the topics you have to learn for the first time. So we always start from the basics. We explain something of class 8th also. Then we come to our topic of class 9th. And then slowly we enhance the level. And then we take it up to level 1 and level 2. Later, we have to solve many questions. We have many practice paper. And if you are able to solve all the practice paper properly, you are listening to us properly, following our instructions, then one thing is guaranteed. Whatever result you are aiming, what is your goal for this session, you are going to achieve that. But 2 3 things are required for that. First of all, discipline matters. The first thing, and I am very much strict on discipline. So first of all, what I want, that during the class everyone has to switch on the camera. Most of the students don't like this, but if you are not switching on the camera, so obviously it is not going to help us, because we believe in interaction, and I can interact you only, or you can interact me with more focused way when the camera is on. So it is my request to every student every time, that please keep the camera on. So this is the first thing. Many times if you are not following my instructions, so I normally expelled from the class for that particular class. This also happens. So you have to follow some rules, number one. Number two, suppose I'm giving some homework to you. We have the practice paper. So I said that you have to solve these 10 questions or 15 questions. You have to do that. So in the next class, before the next class, if you are not solving those questions, then obviously it is just waste of time. That's why you have to solve all the questions. See, I'm telling you what I normally prefer during the classes. In some time I will explain something of the topic, then you will learn. But right now I'm talking about when you will able to take the class. So these 2 3 things are important. And if you are following our instructions, we have a very committed team. And if you are following all the instructions properly, then definitely you are going to rock. Right now we are waiting for IMO level 2 result. There are my very many students are there who are going to excel in level 2 as well. Many have completed level 1. So but the rule is you have to follow the instruction. I'm telling this to my experience for last 3 years. I'm associated to Olympiad success for 5 years now, right? So the thing which I have experienced during the class, that I'm sharing with all of you. So if all of you are interested to learn something and to excel, then you should join the classes. Otherwise, just to pass the time, I don't think it is a good platform for you to just pass the time. And I'm very much sure, if you are cooperating with us properly, listening our instructions, definitely you are going to excel. So this is my just first. I may appear a little bit strict to you, I know that, but yes, I know that these are the things I'm going to follow in my class. Over to you, ma'am. What I have to say, I just said.
Thank you so much, sir. And I'm sure students have sensed the seriousness these classes entail. Thank you so much. Now, children, allow me to share the screen so that I can share a very brief and informative PPT. You might note down certain things you think worth noting. Just a second. Hope my screen is visible. Is it?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Thank you, sir. So, children, a very warm welcome to Demo and Interaction Program for Class 9 Mathematics Batch 1. As you already know, Olympiad Success is India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad exams. Olympiad Success Live is India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiad's preparation. And School Plus is one of its own annual program that includes 8 courses that really matter at this point of time in your life. These 8 courses are mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, both spoken and written, Vedic maths, and coding. Now, you can get one-on-one online CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, and IB classes for grades 2 to 12 here. You can also get one-on-one preparation classes for international mathematics Olympiads like SASMO, CMO, HKIMO, TIMO, Math Counts, US Common Core Math Competition, Math Kangaroo, PRMO. So these classes and batches actually include both CBSE and Olympiad exams preparation, as sir has already told you. Now you can meet our international rank holders for the year 2021 and 22. These are our star performers, so many of them. So the classes will be group sessions with batch size of around 20 students. These classes will be delivered through Zoom by seasoned tutors, like you have already met your mentor with 20 years of experience. So you get 3 sessions per week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Note down the days. From 8 p.m. till 9:15 p.m. This would be the class timing with 5 minutes break in between. So the flow of the session would be 35 minutes class with 5 minutes break in between, and again followed by 35 minutes of class. The sessions would include a mix of theory, practice questions, doubt sessions, and discussions on previous year papers. You also get reading material and practice questions, which will be available on the dashboard of Olympiad Success. Now, a virtual tour of the dashboard will be given very shortly by Rajan sir. Students, you also get a free access to Olympiad Success platform so that you can practice topic-wise mock tests for both maths and reasoning, including logical reasoning. Syllabus is available at this particular link. Don't worry, you'll get all the important links in the chat box. The fees for this particular course is 13,356 rupees, and it is going to be a 60 sessions course. Payment can be made using this particular link, which you'll get in the chat box itself. This fees includes online classes, daily reading notes and exercises, practice of previous year papers, access to Olympiad Success platform for mathematics and logical reasoning. All you require for these classes is a laptop or a desktop with good internet speed, with camera, as sir has already told you that we do not allow students without video in the class, and headphones for better audio clarity. As you already know that preparation for Olympiad exams is slightly tougher than your regular school curriculum, so you require at least to spend 2 hours every day to cope up with the curriculum. And of course, parental support is required at the back end to check answers, reiterate concepts and all. That's all. Thank you so much. So Rajan sir, now I would request you to give the students a glance of virtual tour for dashboard of Olympiad Success. All over to you.
Sure, ma'am. Let me share my screen. So I hope my screen is visible. So students, this is the website of Olympiad Success. Okay. So let me show you how you can access the content. So once you enroll with us, we will provide you the credential, and with that you can log in. Let me log in with my credential. You need to click on my account. And here you need to enter the credential. So for now, I'm logging with my credentials. So this is the student's profile. Okay. Now in the live classes, you can check all the content. Let me show you how it looks like. So firstly, here you can select the subject students. Okay. And then from here, you can select the topic. Let me show you. So students, for each and every topic, you will find the reading material, practice questions, and answer key. Let me show you how it looks like. So this is the reading material, okay, for a coordinate geometry chapter. So similarly, you will get reading material for each and every chapter. And let me show you practice questions also. So these are the practice questions, okay? And answer key is also available here. Also, students, you can see the schedule here. So like in which session, which topic we are going to cover, you can check it out here. Let me show you how it looks like. So like here in session 1, we are going to cover these topics in number system. This is session 2, session 3, and in session 4, we will have a test, okay? So after each and every chapter, there will be a mock test, students, okay? So in that, like there will be a discussion and you can ask doubts from the mentor. And like Monica ma'am shared in the presentation also, we are also going to cover like going to discuss previous year Olympiad papers. So like once you complete with the course, there will be super classes in the end in your schedule. Okay. So in this super classes only, we are going to cover previous year Olympiad papers. Here you can check the holiday calendar. Okay. Like on which days you don't have the classes. Other than that, here your Zoom ID will reflect and the password for login for the classes, live classes. Okay. Other than that, students, like Monica ma'am mentioned, you will also get the free access to the mock test, topic-wise mock test for mathematics as well as for logical reasoning. So for that, you need to go in here, like on worksheet tab. Here you can select the subject. Let me select mathematics for you. So these are the topic-wise mock tests for each and every topic. Okay. Similarly, you will get the mock test for logical reasoning also with this course. So these are the mock test, topic-wise mock test for logical reasoning. You can click on take exam to attempt it. And here in the performance tab, you can check your performance whenever you want. Let me show you how it looks like. So just click on detailed result view. So these are the analytics, like how many questions you attempted, how many are correct, how many are wrong. When you click on review, you will get the detailed answers. Like here, which option is correct and the answer you have marked. Okay. And this is a small explanation. So this is about the dashboard, student. Now, if anyone have any doubt or query, you can ask in the chat box. Do anyone have any query or doubt?
Feel free to ask.
Okay, Adarsh. Okay. Okay, let me ask one question to you. So, like, what are the days on which we have the classes? Can you share the schedule with me? Yes, correct. It is Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And what are the timings for the classes? 8 to 9:15. Yes, 8 to 9:15 p.m. I think we have one question. Sir, are
Yes.
the sessions recorded? Yes, so you will get the recordings also. But yeah, we like advise to like you can attend live sessions because in the live sessions you can ask your doubts with the mentor. That is not possible with the recordings. Okay, but yeah, you will definitely get the recording of the classes also. So students, do anyone have any query or shall we like begin with the session? Are the classes one-on-one or it is a group session? So Ishan, this is a session. Okay. So, but in case like if you're looking for one-on-one classes in Olympiad Success, we conduct one-on-one classes also. So I'm sharing the links again with you. Okay. So there is our WhatsApp number at the top. You can message there and someone from our team will help you regarding one-on-one classes also. But yeah, definitely it's a group classes for which we are today here. Okay.
Any other doubt? Please don't hesitate. In case you have a doubt, just ask. This is the time to ask. No doubts?
Okay. So if no one have any doubt, I think Monica ma'am, we can start with the session then.
Yes, sir. I think we should begin with the demo now.
Sure. Okay. I think we got
One doubt we have. When will we get the credentials?
So see, once you log in, once you enroll for this course, okay. So before like starting the batch, we will share the credentials with you, and you can access all the content before your batch will start.
Now,
Till
Ashish has
which
another
date?
doubt. Till which date the classes will get over?
So that you can calculate. See, there are total how many sessions? There will be around how many sessions? There will be 60 sessions. Okay, and like we have 3 classes in a week, so it will take around like 5 months. Any other questions, students?
Any other doubt, anyone? I think, sir, maybe we can begin now.
Okay, sure, ma'am. So over to you, Tariq, sir.
Thank you, Rajan. Okay, guys. So let's start. The first topic in our class 9th, is number system. And we have learned many numbers in previous classes. As I said earlier, that we start from the basics. So we have to just see how we conduct the classes. So in this class also, I'm going to show some basic part. Like you have already learned, the topic name is number system. In the previous classes, we have learned about these numbers which I'm writing. The first number which we learned, that was natural numbers. Second, whole numbers. Then even numbers, prime numbers, odd numbers, right? I'm not writing those. Natural, whole. In class 8, we learn rational numbers, right? Then one number is called integer. Here in number system, we have to learn irrational numbers. This we have to learn this session. Now, everybody has idea about natural numbers. Now, my question is to you, by what letter natural numbers are denoted? I'm waiting for the answer. Good. Capital N. Good, Ishan. So natural numbers are represented by N. Okay. And what is the notation used for whole numbers? Good. That was for natural number N. Good, Devyans. By W. Right. When we add 0 to natural numbers, by just adding 0, natural numbers start from 1, right? So 1. When we add 0 to this, we get whole numbers. Now, in class 8, you have just learned about the rational numbers. Who is going to tell me the definition? Shortest definition for rational numbers. P by Q. Good, Divyans. Any condition on Q? Is there any condition on Q? Q is not 0. Good. So rational numbers are of the numbers which are of the forms P by Q, where the condition is Q is not equal to 0. Now, the next one is integer. Who is going to define integer? How you can define integers? Positive, negative, and 0. Okay, Tapsi. Whole numbers with negative numbers. Okay. Ariman. Anyone else? Okay, Rajan. Either side of 0, others is saying. See, when I ask this question to the students, most of the time, same answer I get. Like positive, negative, as well as 0. This is a rational number. This is integer, in fact. See, tell me whether 0 is an integer. 1 is integer, 2 is integer, 3 is integer, -1, -2, -3, all are integers. And as you said, that 0, positive, and negative numbers, these are called integers. Okay. Just try to see a particular thing in all the numbers. Are you able to see anything common in all the numbers? If yes, tell me first. Is anything common there? Equidistant? Okay. Anything else? What is it, Roshan? Yeah, that is the correct one, Ajitesh. Yes, Roshan, correct. So in all these numbers, denominator is containing 1. Denominator is always 1 for all the numbers here. So now we can define a rational number in a new way. Integers in a new way. A rational number having denominator 1 is called integer. Now see, this is a better definition. So integer is having always denominator 1. So this is a new definition you are learning right now. Okay. Now I'm coming to rational numbers are terminating as well as non-terminating. Am I right? There are two kinds of rational numbers. They may terminate, they may not terminate. Okay. So what is the condition for a rational number to terminate? Tell us the condition so that a rational number may terminate. It comes to an end. And when a rational number keeps on going, it never terminates. If you have any idea, tell me. Rational, okay. By what letter rational number is denoted? The letter used to denote the rational, Q, correct. So rational number is denoted by Q, and it is of two types, terminating as well as non-terminating. So someone answered here for non-terminating like 10 by 3 or 2 by 7. These numbers you will get non-terminating. While 1 by 2, 2 by 5, 7 by 10, all these will be terminating. So here is the rule. In the P by Q form, if Q contains factor of 2 or factor of 5 or both 2 and 5 both, then that rational number is a terminating rational number. Terminating rational number. For a rational number to be terminating, denominator must contain either 2 or 5 or both 2 and 5. Now see, here 1 by 2, it contains only 2. It will be 0.5. Now see, 1 by 4, it means 1 by 2 square. It is again containing but factor of 2 only. So its value is 0.25. See, it is terminating. Now with 5, 1 by 5, it contains 5 in the denominator. It will also come to an end. Its value is 0.2. Terminates. Now 1 by 125. So it is 0.008. This is the value. It terminates. 1 by 125 is 5 to the power 3. It is containing only 5 at the denominator, and it terminates. So I gave the example with denominator containing 2, denominator containing 5. And when 2 and 5 are both, it will be multiple of 10. So obviously its value will be 0.7. Suppose 11 by 100. It is 11 by 2 square into 5 square, containing 2 and 5 both. It will be 0.11. It also terminates. So this is the rule. A rational number will terminate only when the denominator contains either only the factor of 2 or factor of 5 or both 2 and 5 both. Got it? Keep on responding. This is the way we will conduct in the class. Good. Now for non-terminating, if denominator contains any other prime number except 2 and 5, if Q contains any other prime number except 2 and 5, like here 3, it is a prime number, it is neither 2 nor 5, so it will be non-terminating. 7, again this is a prime number, neither 2 nor 5, so again it won't terminate, it is a non-terminating. Okay, one question I am asking, tell me whether this number is a terminating or non-terminating. Okay, this guy is saying terminating, Ishan saying terminating. Any 2 raised to what power? No, this is 26. I have. Okay, Prerna saying non-terminating. Okay, Abu Bakr also says non-terminating. The correct answer is terminating. Not, it is not non-terminating. Why? See, this is not in the simplest form. So before deciding, we have to bring the number in the simplest form, in the lowest term. Here we can cancel it by 13. 13 2 ja 26, 13 5 ja 65. It is 5 by 2. And 5 by 2, here denominator contains only 2. That's why it is a terminating decimal. So this rule we have to apply only when we have bring the number in the lowest form, in the simplest form. Fine? Getting? Keep on responding. Good. If anyone want me to explain it again, you can ask. I will explain it once more. If anyone has any problem. Okay, good, Ketan. Good, Sapsya. Now I am moving. See, as I said earlier, that we always start from the basics. So far, what I have explained, that is, you have already learned. You must know, because this is from the topic of class 8. But we know that you need again explanation. That's why we always start the important topics, no matter from which class is that. So this is the rule for our classes. We always start with the basics. Now coming to our topic, irrational numbers. Irrational number. So anybody has idea the definition of irrational numbers? Anyone? Okay, so okay, pi is the example. Devyan, correct, Prerna. This is a correct answer. The definition for irrational number is the number must be non-terminating and non-repeating. These two are the criteria to call a number irrational. If any number is fulfilling both the conditions, then that number can be called as irrational number. Failing in any of the conditions, it is not an irrational number. Now see, 5. The question is whether 5 is irrational or not. So what we are able to see, we can write 5 as 5.0. It is ending. It is terminating. Now, for a number to call irrational, it must be non-terminating. While this number is terminating, it terminates here. So this is not an irrational number because it terminates. It fails in the first condition. Now, 2.123. Is this number an irrational number? No, correct, because it terminates after 3 digits of decimal. It is terminating, and according to definition, irrational number must be non-terminating. If it is terminating, then it won't be irrational number. So again, this is not example of irrational number. Now, 2.777 dash 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 dash. Right? Now, tell me whether this number terminates or not. What is the meaning of dash dash dash? Dash 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 means it goes infinitely. It is never ending. That is the meaning. Correct. So it is fulfilling the first condition. This number is not terminating. It is endless. Correct. But now check whether this number is satisfying the second condition. It is failing here because 7 is repeating again and again. So it is failing in the second condition, although it is fulfilling the first one. That's why we cannot call it again irrational number. This is not an irrational number. Correct? Now, 3.73 bar. Is it an irrational number? Yes or no? Isan is saying it is irrational number. Om is saying irrational number. No, it is not irrational. What is the meaning of bar? Good, Tapsya. Bar means If here 7 and 3 contains bar. So if we want to write this number in expanded form, then we can write 7 3 7 3 7 3 endlessly. Bar means it is repeating again and again. So although this is not terminating, but since it is a repeating number, that's why it is failing, and it is not an example of irrational number. Yes, bar means repeating. Okay, now I'm writing another number, 7.123 dash dash dash. What about this one? Is it irrational? Ishan saying yes. Tapsya saying yes. Others saying no. Abu Bakr saying no. Om saying no. Okay. See, if we have to decide whether a particular number is irrational or not, we have to focus on these two conditions only. Just we have to verify these two conditions. Non-terminating. Yes, it is non-terminating. It is going endlessly. First condition fulfilled. Now the second condition, non-repeating. The number which here which are shown, those numbers are not repeating. 1, 2, 3. No number is repeating. Yes, it is satisfying the second one also. Satisfying both the conditions. So this is the example of irrational number. 7.123 dash dash. Okay, another number. 5.121314 dash dash dash. Tell me whether this is an irrational number. Gaurav saying irrational. Abu Bakr saying yes. Divyan saying yes. Yes. Everyone saying yes. Okay. So the first condition, non-terminating, correct? It is going endlessly. Now see, here you are able to see one coming again and again, but it hardly matters. If you are reading these two numbers together, this is 12, this is 13, this is 14. The numbers are different. And the places are also different. So they are in fact not repeating. They are different numbers. So fulfilling this condition also. That's why this is irrational number. Now, a square root of prime numbers are always irrational. This is a point you should keep in memory. Whenever we try to find out the square root of a prime number like root 2, root 3, root 5, 2 root 7, minus 3 root 11, all these are irrational numbers. All the numbers are example of irrational because the definition says, yes, okay, you are saying root 2 equal to 1.414. In fact, for our calculation purpose, we memorize up to 3 digits the value of root 2, 1.414, and that you have found in class 8th, right? There was a topic chapter also to find the square root of 2. But when you keep on, it is not the exact value. In fact, it goes indefinitely, infinitely, and no number is repeating. For our convenience, we take this value, but it is not ending here. It is going endlessly. So root 2 is example of, because this is a prime number, and a square root of a prime number will definitely be a irrational number. The value of root 3 is 1.732. We memorize this. This we memorize, but this is not the exact value. If we go on dividing, it goes indefinitely, infinitely. It never comes to end. So here, the point is here, a square root of prime numbers are always irrational numbers. Always. Okay. Pi. Pi, someone has given this answer pi. Yes, pi is the example of irrational number and its value we consider 3.14. But 3.14 is not the exact value. It goes on and on infinitely. And no number is repeating. So fulfilling both the conditions. That's why this is the example of irrational number. Okay. Now, coming to the next point. Sum of two irrational numbers are sum of two irrational numbers are always irrational. Now, one sentence I am writing. If we are adding two irrational numbers, like √2 plus √2, see, both are the irrational. So we can write 2√2. Suppose this is x. So this is also x. X plus x. We can write 2x. And we had assumed √2 as x. We can write 2√2. So √2 plus √2 is 2√2. Irrational, irrational. So this is again irrational. Correct? Now, √3 plus √2. We cannot add these two. This is irrational, this is irrational, and sum of these irrational is again irrational. This is also correct. Right? My question is, tell me, 2 minus √2, is it an irrational or not? Is this number irrational? 2 minus √2? This is example of irrational. When we add rational to irrational, we get irrational. Summation of rational and irrational, or subtraction of rational and irrational, is always irrational. So this is irrational. Now suppose the second number, 2 plus √2. Is it irrational? 2 minus √2 is irrational. 2 plus √2 is also irrational. And when we are adding these two numbers, see what is going to happen. √2 will cancel this √2. 2 plus 2, 4. And this is not irrational. This sentence is failing here. I had written sum of two irrational number is always irrational. I had to show that this sentence is not true. It is failing here. Another example, 3 minus √5. This is irrational. Then 3 plus √5. This is again irrational. And when we add these two numbers, this will cancel. 3 plus 3, 6. And this is not irrational. This is rational. So this statement is not true. This is a false statement. This is a false statement. You should copy it. This is an important point. This question is asked. Sum of two irrational. Somebody is asking something. I missed to see. If you have anything, any doubt, write it once again. If anybody wants to know something. Okay. Now, product of rational and irrational is always irrational. This is the second sentence I am writing. Now the question is whether this statement is true or false. This was false. Now see, 2 is a rational number. √3 is an irrational number. Okay, the last one, Roshan. This one or this one? Second one. Which statement? The first one or the second one? First one. Okay. The first statement was saying that till the statement is true or false. This is a true or false statement. You have to find out whether this is true or false. So here I have written sum of two irrational numbers are always irrational. Sum of two irrational is always irrational. When you add simple irrational, root 2 and root 2, 2 root 2, irrational, 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 root 3 plus root 7, it will remain same. Irrational, irrational, it will become irrational. But 2 plus root 2, this is again an irrational, and 2 minus root 2, this is again an irrational. And when we are adding these two irrationals, right, then this root 2 and root 2 cancelled, we are getting 4, and 4 is not irrational, 4 is rational. That's why this statement is false. Sum of two irrational need not to be irrational always. It may be rational also. Now coming to the next statement. Product of rational and irrational is always irrational. Okay. False. Can you give me one example, Gaurav, where it is failing? You are correct, in fact. 2. We have to take one rational and the other number should be irrational. We have to take two numbers. One must be rational, other must be irrational. And when we are multiplying, the resultant will be, it is saying irrational always. So if you want to show that this is, yeah, correct. It happens with 0 only. When we multiply 0 with root 2, this is rational, this is irrational, and we will get 0. And this is again rational. So this statement is failing here. These two are important questions to ask in Olympiad level 1 paper. This is important for Olympiad level 1 for true false statement. Okay. Now I am coming. Do you know what is the meaning of rationalization? Have you heard what is rationalization? Anybody has idea? No idea. Ishani is saying no. Okay. See, I'm writing. Rationalization is a process through which we remove irrational numbers by rational numbers. Rationalization is in fact a process. Why? What kind of process is this? In the question, in the calculation, we have some irrational number, and we do not want that irrational number to be there. We want to remove that. So we have to do something to remove that irrational and to bring rational at the place of that number. That process is known as rationalization. Okay. See, like root 2, we have to rationalize this. 1 by root 2. Take 1 by root 2. Suppose we have to rationalize the denominator. Normally, most of the time in class 9 and class 10, we have to rationalize the denominator only. But it is not the rule. Sometimes we can rationalize the numerator also. But 99.999% of the time, we have to rationalize the denominator only. Now, in the denominator, there is an irrational number root 2. And we want a rational number here. We want to replace this with a rational number. So how can we do that? Simple. Just multiply the same number and divide. because ultimately it will cancel these two. It will remain same. We can do this. Now root 2 into 1 root 2, and at the bottom root 2 into root 2 is 2. Now see, here the denominator changes to rational, and this was the purpose. We wanted to bring a rational number at the place of this irrational number, and we are able to do that. So rationalization is done. Now next example, 1 by root 5. So just to rationalize this number, we can multiply and divide by root 5. It will be rationalized, root 5 by 5. Okay, this was the simplest example. Now coming to the next example. Suppose the number is 1 by 2 plus root 3. And we have to rationalize its denominator. Earlier, the number was in the simplest form. Only one number was there. So it was easiest work to do. Just multiply and divide by the same number. Here, this denominator is made of two terms. Correct, Abu Bakr. Now here is the rule. See, if the number is of the form a plus b, then the rule is saying multiply numerator and denominator by its conjugate. The term used is conjugate, technical term. We have to multiply and divide by the conjugate of the number. And how can we get the conjugate? By just changing the sign. If a plus b, its conjugate will be a minus b. Simple. So a minus b is conjugate of a plus b, and a plus b is conjugate of a minus b. This is the technical term we use. So here it is of the form a plus b. To rationalize this one, we have to multiply and divide by its conjugate. And the conjugate of 2 plus root 3 is 2 minus root 3. Multiply and then divide. Multiply this with 1, you will get 2 minus root 3. And add the denominator, see, a plus b, a minus b. A plus b, a minus b is the formula of a square minus b square. So we can write minus root 3 square. Then 2 minus root 3, 2 square is 4. And what is the meaning of root 3 square? The meaning of root 3 square is root 3 multiplied 2 times. Root 3 into root 3. Right? And root 3 into root 3 we can say equal to 3. In general, we can keep this in memory. Root a into root a is always a. हो तो गया. Hello, am I audible? Am I audible to everyone now? Okay, good. So the conjugate of a plus b is a minus b. So I multiplied with its conjugate. Finally, here a square minus b square. This is 4 minus 3, 2 minus root 3 by 1. Now add the denominator. Now see, we are getting a rational number. We are getting a rational number. And this was our purpose. We removed this irrational number and we brought a rational number. So rationalization is done. This whole process is known as rationalization. One more example I am giving you. Suppose 1 by 5 minus 2, 5 minus root 5. Plus root 5, and it will be 5 plus root 5 upon 5 square minus root 5 square. 5 plus root 5 upon 25 minus 5. See, a minus b, a plus b, a square minus b square. And as I explained earlier that root a into root a is always a. So root 5 into root 5 will be 5. So 5 plus root 5 upon 20. Now see, at the denominator, I brought a rational number, removed this irrational number. So we are able to rationalize the number. This process is known as rationalization. So anybody has anything to ask so far? Any question? I'm just explaining the basics. I have not explained anything of level 1 or level 2, Olympiad level. I have not explained. I have not gone in that area. I'm just explaining the basics. Are you all getting? Good, Tapse? Good, Roshan. Very good, Gaurav. Okay. Good. See, since it is a demo, and here you have to see how the class is going to be conducted, right? So now I'm very much sure that you saw how we are going to, right, interact with each other. I believe in interaction. I will write, I will ask, you have to answer. Right now you are mute, right? But in the class, you are allowed to speak. Two things are there. You have to keep the camera on. And whenever you have any doubt, you have to just interrupt me. So what is that? What is not that? So we will interact in the class. So my class normally remains very much interacting. And as I said earlier in my intro, that I always start from the basics as I did. And then gradually I enhance the level, take it up to level 1 and level 2. In fact, in some classes, I explained something of next class also. Means you are going to learn something of class 10th only in this session, in my classes. And when you know something of higher classes, obviously, very easily you can get a good rank in even level 2. My many students are there this session also in level 2. We are just expecting the result in 2-3 days. By Friday, I hope we will get the result. So it was a demo class. I hope you all enjoyed. Only my advice is to all of you, if you are really serious to learn, because the things will be difficult also after some classes. Right now, I'm just explaining the basics one. And gradually we will enhance the level. of class 9, then something from class 10th also. Even I sometimes go to class 11th as well. Some topics of class 11th which are important for you. So I explain that also during the class. So commitment is required, and you have to practice. You have sufficient time. During the class, you have to keep the camera on. You have to follow our instructions. No, calculus, yes. Sometimes what happens, some important topics are required for better concept. That's why I take those. Calculus is of class 12th, in fact. When class 11th ends and 12th, so calculus is there. So I don't think calculus I'm going to teach you this session, but yes, a lot of things from class 10th. So if you all are enthusiastic, eager to learn something of advanced classes, then definitely you are welcome. But you must be disciplined. You must listen to us. You must follow the instructions. Only then we will get the desired result. So I hope you all enjoyed the demo session. You can give me the feedback. How was it? Okay. Good. So good. My class remains interactive, obviously. So you are going to learn, it will remain interactive. So enough for today. Yeah. Many a times we enjoyed many things in the class also in funny ways. So enough for today. See you all guys in the class. Now it's time to depart. Fine. Okay then, bye. Take care.